Maternal and child mortality remain the key health issue bothering both international health organizations and governments at all levels. Despite the decline of the scourge between 2000 and 2020, there remain devastating health disasters according to Integrated African Health Observatory. This could be as a result of multiple factors including lack of availability and affordability of essential medicines at the hospitals, coupled with other social phenomena such as poverty, among others. Intervention in such areas is key to stemming the tide. Hence, the donation of free drugs worth millions of naira to indigent patients at Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Shika, by Seyi Tinubu.
This initiative or intervention program is to ensure that at any one point in time in this hospital, maternal and child health care services can be rendered more efficiently.
The program has actually been going on behind the scene. We're only trying to give a formal structure to it.
Many patients do come to these hospitals without much financial capacity. But with these relief materials, it will go a long way in alleviating their sufferings.
The intervention also covers areas of scholarship, as Dr. Aisha Suleiman, a resident doctor, was supported with 1 million naira to enable her achieve greater feat. To support the drive of government towards enhancing water hygiene and sanitation, Seyi Tinubu's intervention sank a motorized borehole at Banzazau area of Zaria city for the benefit of the community. The program continues across the country. From Zaria, Suraj Abdullahi, NTN News.
32 innovators and inventors across the 6 geopolitical zones have received grants awarded by the 2023 Presidential Standing Committee on Innovations and Inventions, PSCII, of the federal government. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, disclosed that the PSCII was inaugurated by the federal government in October 2005 to encourage and promote inventions and innovations in the country. Naji, who was represented by Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Subhana Unko Sanye, said the more than 600 inventors and innovators have benefited from the grants since inception of the program. The program is to encourage Nigerians, especially those in the informal sector, to have viable technological ideas capable of impacting positively on the populace and the economy.
In our bid to transit from resource-based to a knowledge-based economy driven by innovation, it is worthy of note that value addition to natural resources through application of science, technology, and innovation is pertinent for competitive economy and attainment of sustainable development. It is as a result of this that the ability of Nigeria to compete and prosper depends to a significant extent more on the deployment of technological capacities and innovations than on exploitation of our natural resources.
47 million naira was granted to the 32 beneficiaries. The grants ranged from 1 to 5 billion naira each per beneficiary. The Federal Ministry of Environment is concerned about the claim of protesters in Kapam community of Chikun local government area of Kaduna State that the chemical effluents discharged into the environment by the Kaduna Refinery and Petrochemical Company in the last few days have adversely affected their health and livelihoods. Our statement says, consequently, a team headed by the Northwest Zonal Director of the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, Zaria, Nigeria, has been raised to visit the community to investigate the claim with a view to ensuring that the health of the environment, the people and their livelihoods is protected in accordance to extant environmental laws and regulations in the country. The team will work with the state authorities and report back to the ministry immediately. The Headquarters Logistics Command, Nigerian Navy, Ogara Delta State, has conducted a range classification and arm firing exercise in 4 brigades of the Nigerian Army in Benin, Edo State. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports on the implication of the exercise and the renewed drive by the military to further secure the nation.
Marksmanship is a critical component in the military and other security agencies as it enhances the ability of personnel to attack the enemy position fast with precision. This 3-day range classification and armed firing exercise is aimed at sharpening the officers and ratings proficiency in weapon handling, identify areas for improvement, and an avenue to test run different arms to enhance effective deployment. The flag officer commanding Nigerian Navy Logistic Command Ogara says constant training eliminates troops bleeding during operations.
During the range classification, we'll be able to identify some of our personnel that have these enhanced skills, marksmanship skills, that we could use for, 1 or 2 operations. We'll also test our weapons because some of these weapons they are normal equipment, so you don't expect for them to be operating optimally all the time. So when we carry out this range classification exercise, we identify some of the weapons that have problems jamming during the firings and clear them.
And to the participants, 32 officers and 150 ratings participated in the exercise that seeks to promote teamwork, a core value in the Nigerian Armed Forces operations. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Rule of law and access to justice play a crucial role in restoring trust, ensuring respect of democratic values, and supporting an inclusive recovery. Citizen equal access to justice was the focus at the roundtable agenda by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Citizenship and Leadership, Risola Abiola, in collaboration with line partners. Deborah Balagbobo has details.
No, he couldn't prove it, and there were CCTV cameras in the office, over 8 of them. He didn't see me take the phone. He's just alleging that I took the office phone. And my first 3 months there was hell. I was lying on the floor, bare floor, for 3 months.
The pathetic story of Nicholas Peters is one among many that was denied access to justice and has to spend 10 months in prison, a situation that seems regrettable. Cases like that of Nicholas has spurred the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Citizenship and Leadership to host relevant stakeholders to the Access to Justice Roundtable agenda.
That we would not be here if the purpose of it was just to talk, and we would not be having such a thorough consultation process if we just wanted to be in this hotel and talk about something. It's because we intend to get things done.
We are very ready to partner with all the relevant organizations.
It's the problem of the middle class because they're unable to give the accessibility to those downtrodden to have access to justice. The Ministry of Justice is spearheading several initiatives aimed at enhancing access to justice for all Nigerians, and particularly our youths.
Our participation at this event, together with all the relevant stakeholders present today, is vital for achieving this agenda.
Advocating for fairness and equality within the justice system and ensuring that everyone receives the representation and support they need.
Submissions to include use and implementation of custodial sentences, funding and empowerment of the Legal Aid Council, legal training for relevant law enforcement agencies, and the check of duplicated duties of various law enforcement agencies were made by panel of discussants. In Abuja, Deborah Balagbobo, NTA News.
Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, has emphasized the importance of honoring reached agreements between parties in averting further industrial disputes. SANU President Muhammad Ibrahim harped on these and other resolutions of the union while briefing newsmen after its National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. Joseph Woodson reports.
It is one of the regular convergence of executive members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, to discuss and assess not just affairs in the universities but also the state of the nation as they affect members of the union. Key on the table is the federal government's approval for the payment of earned allowances.
We are aware that the sum of 50 billion naira was appropriated in the 2023 budget year for this purpose. NEC therefore calls on government to investigate and also as a matter of urgency release the already appropriated funds.
Another burning issue is the release of 4 months withheld salaries of members of the union as directed by President Bola Tinubu.
NEC therefore calls on the relevant government agencies who are responsible for this delay to, as a matter of urgency, implement the directive of Mr. President by paying our members their 4 months withheld salaries.
On the state of the nation, the union underlined significant agricultural policies that will support increased food production as major step towards food sustainability and economic growth.
Mechanized farming should be the way to go, and government should also fashion out ways to provide sustainable and adequate security for local farmers to enable them go to their farms in order to provide food security for this great country, Nigeria.
SANU is hopeful the federal government reconstituted committee for the renegotiation of the 2009 federal government and SANU agreement expedite action to commence negotiation for industrial harmony. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
A check on Sunday's weather prospects for Nigeria and other major cities of the world. And that's the news on NTA International. Thanks for being a part of it. I am Olajide Bello.